Hello.
Hello. So, we just got done watching Iron Man 3, and we're starting off Phase 2 with one hell of a bang.
We are.
Okay, give me okay, rapid fire. Badassery, sass and feels. Badassery, of course. Yes, Iron Man. Okay, we'll say I am crazy about Robert Downey Jr., Tony Stark, Iron Man in general. I adore with every single part by being incredibly badass. Pepper is badass with Extremis. Pepper is already badass in her own right, but when she's Extremis Pepper, she's extremely badass. And Pepper sees the day, and that's amazing. I love that. Rhodey is badass. Oh my god, we got more Rhodey in this movie. I adore Rhodey with every part of my being. I love him. We need more Rhodey. I need that. I need more Rhodey in my life. I love him.
He's coming. There's more Rhodey coming in the MCU as we progress watching it.
Like
I
saw some shit that apparently people didn't like the whole plot twist with the Mandarin and Killian. Killian is the Mandarin in this case, so I don't read the comics, so I can't really have an opinion on that. But Killian is a pretty cool villain because Obadiah was an asshole. Vanko was smart. This guy is smart and asshole, and he's rich. So he's a pretty cool villain, and
he's like an anti-Tony.
Extremely badass. And the feels. Not a horrible amount of feels. Nothing that made me cry. Definitely got feels when when the mansion got it's not really mansion, is it? When the Malibu house got destroyed. When the suit powered down and Jarvis was like, "Sir, I need to go to sleep." Like opportunity. Yeah. It's dark and oh god, that's so sad. Not a whole amount of feels this. Although I did feel kind of miffed, I want to say, at the ending when he destroys the suits. I love the suits. Anyways, Badassery and feels, yes, very much. I'm going to give this movie a 9 out of 10. I do adore Iron Man. I love this movie. It was very exciting. The different director was interesting. And I feel like he portrayed the character differently.
With monologues.
Some in a good way, some not in a good way. And I have to give it a 9 just because we only got to see all those cool suits for 5 minutes. So, no gustam. Okay, I'm going to pass this over. And see what you have to say.
Here I am. Oh god, ignore my double, triple chin. Okay, so the story in itself is a very emotional journey of what Tony goes through. I've noticed that these Iron Man movies are more of Tony being Tony. I don't know if that makes sense. Of him going through things and discovering himself and who he is. Let's see. The storyline was really cool. It really hit home in some spots for me, but it was very nice knowing that he's growing as a person and he's dealing with some stuff. Oh my god, when we saw all the suits and the falling scene, the skydiving scene, that was definitely awesome. A really good sequence. When Pepper walks in, well, she doesn't walk in. When Pepper just comes down, she's like, "Fuck you guys," and
so violent.
She's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna save the day." Tony's a damsel in distress now. And I really liked the plot twist with the Mandarin and it was Killian because you weren't expecting it. I mean, you knew that Killian at some point was not a good guy, but it was swept under your feet.
I was shook when I saw this movie.
It was. Well, I was. And I really liked when all the suits came out because it was like, yes, bitch, you're going down.
And then they destroyed them at 5 minutes. And then I'm still pissed about that.
He's salty about that. So I'm gonna give this movie an 8.5 out of 10. Because, it was a really good movie. It kind of didn't live up to the standard that the Iron Man movies had set for themselves. It was good, but just not up here. They had set the bar up here, and while it was really good, it was a little bit down here. So not my favorite, but it was very enjoyable. 8.5 out of 10 would watch again. And we're really excited because tomorrow we're gonna see
The Dark World.
I think.
We're very tired.
We're very tired, and we need to keep watching the movie, so we have them on an image. So I think it's different because I'm rambling.
Yes. Okay. The last thing I need to say about this movie, Pepper Tony. It didn't feel forced because there were already a relationship in this movie, but it still feels like it's too forced. You know what I mean?
You can see the difference in characters. The director really took this places. I mean, Pepper's
I don't know who's in charge at this point.
Pepper's "You're gonna shower with me." Pepper would never say that in the first Iron Man movie.
I feel
of course they weren't dating, but you know what I mean.
I feel it wasn't. Okay, I think that's it for now. So bye. On to the next one.
I look horrible.
We just got done watching
Thor: The Dark World.
This was actually with this movie that we started doing these videos. It's been 5 years? No,
it came out in 2013. It's been 6 years.
It's been a long time.
I've been a Hiddlestoner for 6 years.
Yes,
proudly.
So first, let me start off real quick with with my badasses and feels. Badassery. Yes, it's super redundant to say it at this point, but yeah, Marvel's incredibly badass. Thor's incredibly badass in this movie. The Warriors 3, I'm so glad we got to see like more of them in action and fighting and shit. It was really fun. They're incredibly badass. Loki, he's a little shit. Don't give me that. He's a little shit, but he's also badass in his own way. Jane did not give me too much badassery. Actually, no. Yes. Like it's very sciencey badassery, and I love that when they're with like the anomalies and like the stakes and oh my god! And in the end, it was Jane pretty much that killed Malekith.
Pretty much, Thor just did the heavy lifting.
Thor. ¿Cómo es? I think something like no sé qué, and but he pulled the trigger. Something like
yeah.
Point being badass, incredibly yes. The sass, yes. I don't know who the director is, but he definitely tried to take the characters in a different direction. Thor isn't as like posh and proper and so much of a dumbass. And he's not super sassy. Loki, of course, is a sassy bitch. He's the god of sass. Yes. He's incredibly sassy. Darcy, I love her. She's also brings a good amount of sass to this movie. No one is really sassy in this movie. Not too much Marvel sass, but the characters that are there are amazing. And the feels. Yes, there is feels. The deaths. Frigga. No, Frigga, why? Look, when I first saw the movie, I was shook when Loki died. So yes, it goes with that chin. Like, I got like, what are they saying? Oh yeah, now let me be like professional-y and shit. The movie goes a different direction with the new director, Kenneth Branagh. Between Kenneth Branagh, Joss Whedon, and this dude, you can definitely tell like they all give Thor and Loki different attitudes, different aspects, different ways of being, and it's pretty interesting. I'm gonna give this movie. I don't know what to give it originally. Let's just give it a 9 out of 10 because I don't know. It just feels a bit. Some things feel a bit off for me. I'm not really sure what it is, but it's just not perfect. But it's also not horrible. But 9 out of 10. But I still loved it. Okay, now you go.
Okay, so with this movie is where I actually joined the MCU club. This is the one that made me actually start watching all the movies. And oh my god, I remember when I was watching it, I was like, Thor looks good, and then I'm like, no, Loki looks better. And then everything just, went to hell. Anyway, yes, the storyline, what can I say about the storyline? Well, the storyline is a bit confusing at points because they're trying to explain the convergence. The first time I saw it, I didn't quite get it, and trust me, I've watched the movie many times.
Yes.
But this time I finally totally got it. But, if I have to watch the movie again to understand it, I don't mind. Let's see. When Loki died, of course, I was shook to the core. When Frigga died, I was like, no, why?
It was horrible.
And it was horrible. And then, let's see. And then when Loki came back at the end, I was like, ooh, mama.
My wig flew off.
We were shook and our wig flew off. Our wig was snatched.
Snatched the gods.
I'm biased to give this movie a 10 out of 10, but still, it is not without its
flaws.
I don't want to say flaws or faults. It's just
not... There's small things, details.
But I really liked it. The action sequences were very actiony. Mm-hmm. The final sequence was... I love how it's just basically the dude, the hero, and the villain just punching it out.
Now that I think of it, I feel like it's kind of Benny Hill. Like, I'm going to put Benny Hill music over that clip, see how it looks.
But all in all, it's a good movie. 10/10. We'll watch again because I definitely will watch it again at some point. And let's see. I just loved Loki in this one. This is my favorite film that Tom Hiddleston has ever been in. And it's my favorite film that obviously Loki has ever been in. Because, I don't know, I just really like it. It's best suits, best hair, best everything. I think that's it. I'm going to give this movie a 9.5 out of 10 because I don't want to be too biased. I think that's it. So next up is The Winter Soldier, and I'm really excited about that one. So...
Okay, I think that's it for now. Let's go on to the next one.
Bye.
The last thing I will say about this movie, you can tell they have a much better budget because they all have better weaves.
Better lace fronts.
Bye. Oh god, I look terrible. Hello once more.
Hi.
We have finished watching Captain America, the Winter Soldier.
Or if you want to simplify it, it's Steve Rogers, Bucky Barnes.
Okay, first let me start by saying this movie hurt. It hurt a lot. I have much emotions for Steve and Bucky. They deserve so much better. Okay, let's get with the program. Badassery, sass, and feels. I'm not giving you the finger, just by the way. Badassery. Oh God, this is amazing. I feel like now I think of it, only a few of the there are very few of the Avengers that are like full on like superheroes. Like Steve is just on very powerful steroids. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna focus on the heroes in this movie. Steve is a dude on incredibly powerful steroids. Natasha, she's also on steroids, but a different kind, and she's amazing. Sam is just a dude with a bird suit, and he's amazing, and it's incredibly badass. Bucky, no, my baby. Bucky is amazing as a Winter Soldier. He's an incredible... not a villain, he's an antagonist. He's not a villain. Yeah. The true villain is Pierce.
Yeah.
And the entirety of Hydra inside of S.H.I.E.L.D. and S.H.I.E.L.D. itself. Incredibly badass. Nick Fury. Oh, God. I'm amazed that the only thing that could get rid of Nick Fury was a fucking interstellar relic of space. That was amazing. I love Nick Fury with everything. And Maria Hill, I love seeing Maria Hill. I love just seeing a bit more of her than we got in the Avengers. And we don't get that much of her in Ultron. And we didn't get too much Sharon in this movie. But she's awesome. I love her. So, the sass. Yes. Natasha is incredibly sassy. Steve, I love that Steve is, he's good. There's a lot of character growth, and he's a little shit, and I love him, I adore him. Of course, Sass Master Nick Fury in this movie, I love it. He's like, what is working?
The air conditioning is in full.
I love it. I love it with every part of my being. I love this movie. It's incredibly sassy. And the feels, yes, feels. So many feels about Steve and Bucky and Steve.
And Peggy.
And Peggy. No, Peggy. No, why? They deserve so much better. Did I cry with the movie? I think I did cry with the first saw this movie. I didn't cry now because I had seen it already. But it did hurt. It still hurts.
Yeah, it was like, what?
I'm going to give this movie... I think I'll give this movie a 10 out of 10.
You're biased.
Biased as hell. I am.
Yeah.
I feel very strongly for Chris Evans and Steve Rogers. And Steve Rogers, Captain America.
For your children.
They're so precious. I love them. I adore them all. It expands more on Captain America. It's more Steve Rogers than just him being Captain America. It's incredibly emotional. And, you know, people say Captain Marvel too political. Like, have they not seen Iron Man? Have they not seen Captain America? Have they not seen Hulk?
Everything's about
Have they not seen the Avengers?
Everything's about government, war, and fighting.
Like, there's no political issue in Captain Marvel. They just go to, like, government buildings, but that's it. And she's an Air Force pilot. That's it. So, I'm going to give this movie 10 out of 10. Incredible. It's action-packed. It's emotional. I cried. I died inside several times. And I love Chris Evans. Okay, I'm going to pass this over.
Okay, so... Okay, what am I supposed to be looking at? Okay, so this movie... Now that I'm binge-watching all the entirety of the MCU, of the Infinity Saga, everything is really starting to make sense. The only thing I'm a bit confused about is that they don't say exactly when things are happening. Like, I know that the Dark World was after the Avengers. And I know that Captain America, the Winter Soldier, was after the Avengers. But we don't know, like, if it was a year or two, if it was a couple years, a couple months. But I can kind of tell by the way Natasha's hair grew, like, a lot. In my opinion, she looked a lot cuter in the Avengers with her short, curly bob. But anyway, that's...
Yeah, they did not give her a nice wig in this movie.
That's just me being me. No, it was a nice wig. It just that...
Yeah, but they didn't give her a nice enough wig for her.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but... And let's see. The storyline was really cool to follow. I wish we could have gotten more Winter Soldier, but, you know, he comes up more as the MCU progresses. Let's see.
In our first review of this, we said a thing. That should be called something beside Winter Soldier, like Secrets of S.H.I.E.L.D. or like something secrets, because there's not a little Winter Soldier. He had like 3 scenes as the Winter Soldier.
You can see the gap in my tooth here.
Oh yeah.
I have to wear my retainer again.
Okay.
Anyway, yes, I wish we would have gotten more Winter Soldier, but what we got was good enough because, you know, it was like a good build up to what's coming up next.
Oh yes.
Very excited because next we're gonna watch what?
I think next is Guardians.
I think next is Guardians. Either Guardians or Age of Ultron. Don't quote me on that. But I'm going to give this movie a 9 out of 10 just because I personally think that Nat looked prettier in the Avengers. No, and also I would have wanted more Winter Soldier. You know what I mean? So that's my 2 reasons why I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. And I think that's it.
Okay, can't think of anything else to say besides I adore this and Chris.
Oh, he looks so
He looks so good in the stealth suit.
What a pretty burrito.
Okay, I think that's it for this one. I think it's Guardians next. We're not sure. Okay, bye. Okay. Hi. So we just got done watching Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay. Let me preface by saying that I have never seen this movie before. This, along with Volume 2, and why am I looking over here if the camera's over here? This, along with Volume 2 and Ant-Man and the Wasp, are the only movies in the MCU I have not watched. First time watching this. I loved it. I adored it with every fiber of my being, and I'm a lot of being. First, I'm going to ramble about the movie, and then I'm going to talk about my 3 criterias. Okay, first things first. These characters are amazing. They're precious. I love that they went for the ensemble cast right off the bat, and it's one hell of a cast. Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Bradley Cooper as a fucking raccoon, Vin Diesel as a tree, and Dave Bautista. They're all incredibly renowned. And even like the background characters, Lee Pace, Karen Gillan, John C. Reilly,
The Tick,
Peter Serafinovich, and Benicio del Toro. It's incredibly star-studded cast. It's an amazing cast. They can afford a lot of people now. And they can afford a lot of copywritten music. I love the music. I'm gonna look for the soundtrack later. It was great. What else can I ramble about? I love these characters. I adore them. They're precious. They deserve nothing but goodness in their lives. I cried with Groot.
He cried.
That was terrible. I hated it, but I loved it. Oh, it felt so bad. But yes, it's amazing. I love it. It's great. It's fun. Okay, now let's talk about my 3 criteria with badassery, has some feels. Badassery, of course, Marvel, action. It's actiony, it's sci-fi. I love things. It's so much cooler when there's fights in space, like gays in space, like Star Wars. It's incredibly fun and entertaining. It's incredibly badass. They're all badass. They're all fighters. They're all warriors. Well, not really warriors. They fight. They're amazing. They kick ass. They take names. Kick ass. No. I'm thinking of the take ass. No.
Kick names and take ass.
Oh, that's until the next one. They're badass, but yes, incredibly badass. The sass, yes. They're all incredibly sassy towards each other. But not like, I want to say not in a bitchy way. Like, I remember seeing this post that says the Guardians love each other after one movie, and the Avengers are still like tiptoeing around each other.
Even in the 3rd movie.
I loved it. Incredibly sassy. If I had to say who the sass master supreme, who would be in this case?
I want to say Rocket, Raccoon, or Star-Lord.
He's a little shit. I love him. I love Rocket.
Either Rocket or Star-Lord.
And the feels. Not a horrible amount of feels. I mean, they kick off with feels. They kick you in the heart with those feels. And it hurt. And then Groot. And then, Groot, no lie. I don't know. I have so much feelings for Star-Lord. Some are good, some are bad. Some I enjoy, some I don't enjoy. Okay. So yes, it goes with all that. To verify my part, incredible. Action, sci-fi. Very fun, very entertaining. The characters I love. The CG is amazing, all the environments. The aliens, I'm gonna say are a bit lazy because they're just colored humans or weird humans. Not really a lot of super weirdo aliens. I can give this I'll give it a 10 out of 10. Just because it was really good. Like the tiny romantic subplot of Gamora and Quill, it's not really shoved in your face. It's played pretty smoothly. I liked it. Okay, now you go.
have a thing against forced heterosexual romance subplots.
Yes.
Well, actually, any forced romantic subplot is... Okay, so my eyes are watering because, I don't know, they really itch. Anyway, okay, so this movie, I have been hounding him to watch it for the past 2 years. Because when I watched it, I really enjoyed it. I was like, ugh, Space Avengers, like, who cares? I care. It turns out that I care. The movie was really cool. The story is not too much in your face. They don't want to explain a lot. They're like, it's just a sneak peek into what the Infinity Stones is and all that. Mm-hmm. Because, the Tesseract, the Scepter, whatever. But here they really get into what an Infinity Stone is.
Like, they actually say what it is. Unlike, Whereas in the Thor after credit scene, they just like say, "Oh, Infinity Stone."
Infinity Stone. So anyway, this is a really cool story. I really liked it. It doesn't have a lot of twists and turns. It's a pretty direct story, you know, good guy versus bad guy, and blah blah blah. You know, all that, saving the day.
I mean, because they don't play around that too much, it doesn't feel as like cramped in or like shoehorned in or like.
Yeah,
weird.
nothing is too fast paced. Nothing is too slow either. You get a sense of direction of where the MCU is going after this, and everything is making so much sense now that I'm watching. Like I said, now that I'm watching the whole movie, all the movies, everything is starting to make a lot of sense. So, which one is next? I think Age of
AntMan?
Ultron or AntMan?
No, Ant-Man's after Age of Ultron.
Okay, so I think next we're watching Age of Ultron. I'm very excited about that. Anyway, I'm gonna give this movie a 10 out of 10. Because I was surprised, I was blown away. Like Marvel, they were like, we can afford big names now. Not that there weren't big names before, but they were like,
But
yeah,
now I can have more than just like 2 people.
we can splurge on a Michael Jackson song. And I think that's it.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else.
Oh, I want a Baby Groot.
Yeah, Groot, no way.
Or a Rocket Raccoon plush.
I think that's it for now. Next up, I think it's Ultron. Okay, we're on to the next one. Bye. Oh, so we just got done watching
Avengers.
Age of Ultron. Okay, let me preface this saying I'm gonna give this a thumbs down. This is the first time I'm giving it a thumbs down. I did not like this movie. Oh God, I now understand why everyone says it was terrible. It's not terrible, but it's just not great.
Good. It's just not good.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, the first time I saw this movie, I've only seen this movie once before when it came out.
Same.
I saw it, I loved it, I was enamored by it, it was amazing.
No, you were enamored by Tony and Steve.
Oh yeah, but of course all the action and the shit, but we'll get into that later. But now watching it, after reading like several dissertations on Tumblr about the characterization, the writing, the directing, it's not good. It's not good. It's like a very bad stain on the immaculate thing that is the MCU. Well, it's not immaculate, but it's good. Joss Whedon, you can go fuck yourself in a hole.
That's gonna hurt.
Oh, that sounds uncomfortable.
It's gonna hurt.
Okay, I have to say this. I have a magazine that I bought when Age of Ultron come out. Come out. I bought magazine. In it, there was an interview with Joss Whedon. They said someone's gonna die and had to die, and this guy had to make sense. That did not make sense. Pietro, it does not make sense. Okay, now. Before I keep rambling, let's look at my 3 criteria in this movie, even though it pissed me off. Okay, the badassery, of course, the Avengers, incredible ensemble cast badassery with the inclusion of Pietro and Wanda. No, Pietro, wait, incredibly badass. They're all they had more budget for this Avengers film, so they're incredibly more badass, better CGI, better tools, better costumes. I was gonna say better wigs, but Black Widow's wig. What is that hairline?
Her hairline is like so angular.
Okay, so incredibly badass.
I love her so much.
And they're all badass. Wanda and Pietro are badass. They're amazing. Ultron, he's an asshole. He's a very infuriating villain. He annoys me. Is he badass? Yes. But he's annoying while being and Vision. I forgot about Vision. I think I have a Vision pup somewhere. Vision. He's incredibly badass. I love him. I adore him. He is precious. He is the only good thing in this movie.
Well, he is
truly.
Stone.
He is precious.
He can wield Mjolnir.
Sass. Oh God, they've all become. They're all sassy little shits. I'm not sure if that works in the movie's favor or against it. Well, they found a
rhythm. You know, they're going for it and all that.
Very sassy. Even like, no. Yeah. Oh God. I will have to say.
Hulk is sassy.
Sass Method Supreme is Ultron in this. That asshole, but he's sassy. He's a bitch, and he's annoying, but he's witty. And feels, yes, they hit you. They hit me. Well, they hit me right in the feels at the beginning when Wanda shows Tony that horrifying hallucination, vision, dream shit. This is all her fault. Well, I think I've been that's at the beginning that it's all her fault. And the feels. I'm not gonna elaborate on that. Feels, yes, and feels when Pietro was killed. Although, looking at it now, it is bull shit. So
you're not having it.
What else can I say? I'm gonna give this movie. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 5 out of 10. A 5. I love the Avengers. I love these characters. I love the new characters. I love the way they like expanded on them. But they also cut them down so much from what they were in their own movies. And in the first movie, it's not great. Okay, I'm gonna give this over to you.
Yeah, he's really feeling it.
Ugh.
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, this is the second time watching the movie, and the first time I watched it, I was very confundida. I was like, wait, what's happening? Why are they creating Vision? I thought Vision was Jarvis. And it turns out that Jarvis and Vision are not one and the same, but they kind of are. I don't know, but I had to actually press pause and just wrap my head around that for a minute. This movie seems like there's too much just crammed into there. I mean, if you wanted to include that much story, you could have made it longer. Like, I wasn't going to complain. But it feels like it was too crammed. I feel like they just wanted to get it over with. I'm not going to lie, it did not have its shortages of, exciting sequences. And
it's
the fight sequences were good. Although, I'm kind of disappointed that we didn't get the money shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The money shot with the theme in the background. I was really expecting that.
Yes.
Let's see. What can I say? I think Widow looks very beautiful in this one. I think in Avengers and
Like,
in Age of Ultron.
if you ignore the Robbie Turner hairline.
But I think her hair looks gorgeous in this one and the first Avengers movie. Loki is mentioned, which I like, as you can see. Loki is mentioned, which I really, really enjoy. And they're like, okay, we're going to set the stage for the Infinity War and all that stuff. But, it's not my favorite Avengers movie. It's not the worst Avengers movie. It's not bad, and it's not good. I mean, I liked all the characters, but I did not like the movie.
The movie, yes.
It felt too crammed and at the same time too rushed.
Like, it felt like they spent too much time on some things, not enough time on other things.
Yeah, it was like, this
it's
and
a
this.
Great misuse of time.
And what it really pissed me off, the very end, where Steve Rogers is going to be like, Avengers, and then they cut it off.
Yes.
He was going to say Avengers Assemble, and then they straight up just cut it off, and that pissed me off. There was also no after credit scene, only a mid credit scene.
Yeah,
if Joss Whedon thought that would be enough.
Yeah.
Because it's just Thanos taking the Infinity Gauntlet and going like, I'll have to do this myself.
Assholes.
But,
Both of them.
I'm gonna finish this off right here and saying that I'm very excited to watch AntMan. I'm very excited to watch every movie because it's true. Because everything is making so much more sense now once you watch it all
in a row. All in consecutive order.
Yeah. Yes. I think that's it, and we'll see you on the next one.
All right, I'm gonna finish off real quick by saying Tony totally bogged down from his development in Iron Man. Cap also, they made him a bit of a bit of an asshole and not in a nice lovable way. Thor, they made him kind of just dumb again. Like, that's how Thor's portrayed in fan fiction, I want to say. He's not as eloquent or as proper as
he's not as Asgardian as he used to be.
Bruce.
I don't care how you speak. He doesn't say that anymore.
Bruce and Nat. Oh, it's so forced.
It was kind of shoehorned.
I don't like it. It's not seamless. Clint.
I mean, I didn't hate it, but I didn't like that it was pushed in your face.
Clint. What the fuck is up with Clint's storyline with his family?
What, the fanfiction chapter?
Yes. And, okay, I think that's it for now. I'm done complaining about this movie. We probably won't complain as much about Ant-Man. Okay, that's it for this one, so bye.
Really cute as a top.
Okay, so we just got done watching Ant-Man. And with this concludes Phase 2
of Marvel.
I'm not ready for Phase 3.
Of the Infinity Saga, because it's called the Infinity Saga. I learned that out 2 days ago.
Learned that out?
I found that out. What the? I think Kevin Feige said it was called the Infinity Saga.
Okay, so we just got watching Ant-Man. Okay, let me ramble first real quick. I really like this movie. I really like how... We already reviewed this movie a long time ago, but no one watches these videos. I really like the more comedic take. Like, Paul Rudd... Like, in the credits, Paul Rudd...
You can see Paul Rudd really put,
his own touch into it. It's much more comedic. It has serious moments, of course, but it's definitely very funny. It's a more comical superhero movie. And I love the whole shrinking thing. It's really cool to see any movie where it's not just saying, regular life, regular Earth, or, anything. Like, you shrink down, and I love how intense everything is when they're shrunken down.
And then the
toy train
crashes.
Just boop. I love it. It's hilarious. It's amazing.
Or how about when the ant is the size of a little horse?
I loved it. It's super funny, super entertaining. Paul Rudd is great. Evangeline Lilly is great. Michael Douglas, right? Is
Michael
great.
Douglas, yes, Michael
Fucking
Douglas.
Cross. He's a very odd villain. Darren Cross. I forget who plays him. I loved it, especially the fight scene with Falcon. That was hilarious.
Don't like have no find that out.
I loved it. Now let's go with badassery, Seth and Fields. Badassery, yes. I love Scott Lang. He's incredible. He's charming. He's beautiful. He's a dumbass, but he's badass and he's amazing. I love him. Hope is great. She's amazing. I don't say she's like the same kind of badass as Pepper, but also more because she's actually like she can control the ants and then she becomes Wasp. It's amazing. Then the sass. I'll say the more sassier one in this case is Hank Pym. He's a little shit. I love him. And the feels. Not a horrible amount of feels. It didn't cry really. Although it was fucking horrifying when Anthony died. Because motherfucker, he shot an ant. How do you shoot an ant?
Either he has really good aim or he has no aim.
Oh my god, it was horrible. It hurt when Anthony died. No, Anthony, why? So it goes with all those things. It's great. I'm gonna give it. You know, let's give it a 10 out of 10. It's a great like fresh thing from whatever the fuck happened in Ultron. The characters are great. I love Scott and his posse. Damn it, I forget their names. I know it's Luis. I love him with all my heart. And the Russian guy and the other dude, black dude.
Goose, I believe it's called. No, Goose is the cat.
Goose is the cat. But yes, it's great. I love it. 10/10. Great way to refresh out of Ultron. And great characters, great writing. And my favorite part ever of this entire movie is the tank. It's not a keychain. I love it.
Oh, the tank. I was like, yeah, the tank. Yeah. Okay, so my turn. Okay. So, like he said, this was a very refreshing take on Marvel. They were like, you know what? We're done being mopey and, angsty and all that. So we're going to, like, put some comedy in. And because Paul Rudd had a little take in the screenplay, you can see that, it's reflected there. It follows the Marvel formula. They want to weaponize something.
We discovered the formula. It's thing exists. Villain wants thing to make thing weapon. Then they destroy villain who wants to make thing weapon.
Then good guy does not make it weapony and they turn it into something good. Which, it works for them. I'm not going to say it doesn't because...
They have two plots.
And, oh yeah. So the Marvel formula is very present in this movie, but very comedic, in a very comedic way. I thoroughly enjoyed it. The fight scene... The last fight scene, which happens in Cassie's bedroom, was hilarious because it's like, yeah, and they're punching and lasers and everything, and it's all happening on a little toy train set. And then when they blow up the giant Thomas the Tank Engine, and then the ant comes out being enlarged, and like, that's a really weird dog.
Yeah, that's a messed up dog.
My favorite character in this was not Scott, was not Hank, was not
Hope. Wasn't.
Was not Cassie, was not Paxton. It was Luis. So I got this guy, right? And it was okay. That was really funny. And let's see, the scene with the Avengers compound. I didn't know it was a warehouse before Tony turned it into the Avengers compound. I'm going to give this movie an 8.5 out of 10. Because it's not my favorite Marvel movie, but I really, really like it. I'm biased. But I really, really like it. Like, I would 10/10 watch it again. Because there are some things that I missed the first time I saw it that I saw this time, and I was like, yeah, that's definitely hilarious. So, yeah, I think we should get Paul Rudd to write, like, at least one scene of... I think they should have gotten Paul Rudd to write at least one scene of Endgame or whatever. All right, I think that's it. Next up is... I think we're done with Phase 2.
We're done with Phase 2.
So we're going to start Phase 3. We're going to start with...
Civil War is going to hurt.
Civil War is going to hurt him because I'm going to suffer until Infinity War.
No, everything hurts after Civil War. Okay, we're done for this, so bye.